Quote, I have collected and analysed more than 30,000 questions asked by people from all over the world. That's what our guest does. She is an expert, a philosopher of the question. Welcome to the show, Pia Lauritzen, philosopher, TEDx talker, Forbes writer, LinkedIn learning author, Thinkers 50 Radar and AI philosopher.
Pia Lauritzen for her research into the power of questions.
It's magic. Questions have the power to connect people with each other and the world they share. But, and this you probably don't know, questions also have the power to do the opposite. Questions separate people, one person asking, another person answering. And the feeling of separation is exactly what causes the problem behind the problems and make it difficult for us to communicate.
When I realized how powerful questions actually are, it became my mission, so to speak, to democratize the power of questions, because we had this tendency in societies across the world actually to monopolize the power of questions. We have some people whose job it is to ask questions, and then we have this large amount of people whose job it is to respond. So this actually prevents a lot of people from sharing their unique perspective, because when we pose a question, we take a position on what we think is important, on where we think we should focus. And if we're never allowed to ask these questions, it's not given the attention that we need if we want diverse, creative solutions to the problems we're facing.
Across the world, leaders, whether corporate or political, make decisions without knowing which questions matter to their employees and citizens.
If you think about the leadership tools, the organization development tools, all the things you've tried out or used during your career, how many of them would you say have the ability to instantly activate your ability to consider, connect, and commit? I, for one, haven't come across anything as strong as the power of questions.
AI is making it more difficult for us to ask these questions that it cannot answer.
You know, we have to ask the question, how does it impact the human ability to think for ourselves, to be surrounded by machines designed to think for us?
Pia joins us today to ponder the questions shaping our technology and how we might hone our critical thinking skills in the age of AI. Or really in any age at all.
My biggest issue with this AI for good concept is that it emphasizes the idea that technology and AI is a tool that we can use for whatever we want. We can use it for good or we can use it for bad. And that basically means that we are in control. This understanding of technology as a tool, I think, is basically wrong. We are given a promise that no matter what we do, we are better off if we use technology than if we don't. It's true for all technology. That's kind of the promise. If you use me, you will be faster, you will be smarter, you will be prettier. And that promise is problematic because it prevents me from asking a basic question like, well, do I even need technology for this?
You cannot be taught to ask the right questions. You need to be patient enough and explore what is it that I don't know, that I really need to know in order to do what I need to do.
My guess is everybody who's graduated something have difficulties with this, because now I'm supposed to know. Now I'm supposed to have the answers. I'm even standing on a stage. I'm even being the leader of this team.
So that's the risk, as I see it, that we forget this basic human feature of asking questions that may not have answers, but we ask them anyway, because that's how we grow and that's how we learn.
Unlike previous technology, AI has some kind of, it's like it's in our face. This technology is not only turning nature into a resource, because a lot of technologies have been doing that, but it's also turning us into a resource. Our data, our nature is being used in order to serve this new technology. And that's exactly the darkness we need to start asking questions.
So the answer to the question everyone is asking these days is yes. AI can do a lot of things faster and better than us humans. But when it comes to thinking clearly and navigating uncertainty, the greatest help will always come from ourselves.
In some ways, AI is closer related to art than previous technologies. And that's the good news, because what art does is that it makes us stop and start asking questions.
You see, questions have the power to change the world. But for us to solve the problems that matter the most, we must remember that questioning and answering should be like a dance, where we constantly shift position in order for us to connect with each other and the world we share.
So there is a very almost existential task here. Again, I'm a philosopher, I'm supposed to use words like that. With signaling, I'm not the one who knows what you need to know right now. I'm making room for you to learn.
The thing about questions is that I ask you a question.